This is Bayshore Companion Dog Club, Friday, April 10th. This is excellent interior, trial 2. This was room 1. Our start line was right here at the door. We had 2 areas that were out of play in this room. The first one was the refrigerator, and the second one was this space here, which was the trial secretary's desk. So all these cabinets behind here, as outlined by the yellow dots, were out of play, as was this white cabinet that had a lot of arts and crafts on it. There were 2 hides in this room. One hide was located here, right underneath the corner of this cabinet. It presented beautifully for the dogs. The dogs were able to come in right off the start line, use this space, and collect information along here. This was the door to room 2, so as this door opened and closed, it pushed this odor out. It also pushed the odor out over into this space and to some degree under the tables and along these chairs, which were blank. This whole space was blank. This hide stayed very true, and most of the dogs had a chance to source this. The second hide was actually a threshold hide, and it was inaccessible behind the bottom of this door to the oven. There was some handler bias in this search, where several handlers assumed the oven was also out of play and prevented their dogs from coming over here to collect information. The handlers that did allow their dogs to work this space were able to see their dogs source this hide. This odor was collecting here and along the bottom of the refrigerator. The motor and the fan here, we're going to move some of this odor, plus the door opening and closing created a nice push-pull effect here. The challenge here was some handler bias about the oven being in play. This was explained in detail in the briefing, but sometimes handler bias creeps in, and those people that were able to source both hides did very well. Congratulations. We did have a nice Q rate. This was room 2 of our excellent interior. The start line was the threshold. This room was cooler than that room. We have several video game machines that are plugged in, and there is some circulation of air, with this being the exit door and the entrance to this room here. So we had some bellows effect back and forth. The single hide in this room was underneath the handle of the trash can here. That odor presented nicely in the corner. We did have a little bit of pooling underneath this chair, which none of the dogs read as source. Very nice behaviors here. And we did have one false alert on the cash machine because as that door opened and closed, this odor was being pulled. Several dogs in a row did not make it to room 2, so the odor in here had a chance to settle and then stayed fairly close on the trash can. It was a fun search. We had a bunch of nice cues and all wonderful teams. Congratulations to everyone.